Hello everyone. If you are watching this, you're probably catching the replay. I'm Brianca Hardy, founder of Dancing in the Rain Ministries, and what's up? Hello. Hey everyone. Hi. Hey. Long time no see on Facebook. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Hope everyone is having a good day. I'm going to share this on my Dancing in the Rain page. Hey everyone. Hey everybody. I hope everyone is having a good day. I am just on here to talk, chat, tell you what's going on. I do a little teaching tonight, a little pop-up teaching. Hope everyone is having a good day. Hey, I see a few people coming on. Hi. Hey everyone. So this Facebook Live, as you see the title, God, if you can't, then I will. The dangers of inner vows. So I want to talk about Dancing in the Rain upcoming event, and I haven't been on Facebook for real since April, so the algorithm is kicking my butt, so I definitely needed to do some type of live so you guys know what's going on and get a better idea about the Dancing in the Rain event, especially if you haven't seen me do any post. Like I said, the algorithm is kicking my butt. So I want to make sure that people know about the event, but also teach. So this is a women's empowerment event. So there obviously can't be any men for this particular event. However, this live will kind of give the men as well ideas, because everybody has inner vows. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into that, and like I said, we're gonna be talking about the dangers of inner vows. This is something that I didn't know about, but something that is very informative and something that I could say probably affects everyone. All right, with inner vow. So what is an inner vow? So an inner vow is a promise or oath that you made to yourself out of pain, out of hurt, out of trauma. Okay, an inner vow is a promise that you made to yourself out of pain, out of hurt, out of trauma. Oftentimes these inner vows can sound like this: I will never allow anyone to hurt me like that again, or I will never trust like that again. You can even say inner vows. Let's say you didn't, your parent was an alcoholic, and you say, you know what, I will never be like mama. I will never be like daddy, or I will never be like grandma. I will never be like granddaddy. However that goes, those are inner vows. And like I said, they're a promise made to yourself out of pain, out of hurt, out of trauma. And so if daddy was an alcoholic and daddy destroyed your home and you felt like daddy destroyed your home, well, you made an inner vow to say, you know what, I'm never going to be like daddy. I'm never going to be an alcoholic. I'm never going to do that. Why? You made that vow, you made that oath, you made that promise to yourself because of the trauma that you've experienced in that home, because of the pain, right? Because of the affliction that you experience in your home. So inner vows are extremely dangerous. To be transparent, the reason that I decided to do this event under the At the Root spectrum is because I had made inner vows, and I didn't realize my inner vows. I didn't realize my inner vows. I knew what I said, but I didn't realize how powerful it was. And so just to be, like I said, transparent, I made an inner vow, and I told God this in so many words. I told God, you know what, Lord, I'll trust you with everything in my life, but the only thing I will not trust you with is my heart. Right? I told God, I'll trust you with everything in my life, but I'm not trusting you with my heart. And I know it sounds crazy, but that was my truth. right? That was my truth. I'll trust you with everything, God, but I can't trust you with my heart. I felt like that God couldn't be trustworthy with my heart. I felt like because of my own situations, my situationships, past relationships, past hurt, past trauma, past affliction, you hear this oath I made to myself: God, I'll trust you with everything, but not my heart. Because I didn't deem God trustworthy with my heart. I felt like I had given God my heart and said, okay, you pick the relationship for me. And even though I felt like I was allowing God to lead it, at the end of the day, what I did, I took my heart back by default and end up letting my heart pick. And, you know, your heart is wicked and who can know it, right? And so I told God that he wasn't trustworthy with my heart. You're trustworthy with everything else, God, but you're not trustworthy with my heart. And so that was my inner vow that I had made to God. And so when you make an inner vow, I'm kind of going ahead and get into the dangers of it. When you make an inner vow, you become the master of your soul. And I know there's like some type of poem that you're not supposed to be the master of your soul if you're a Christian, right? If you've given your life over to Christ, he is supposed to be the one that you say, Lord, I'm under the lordship of you, right? You have my heart. And so when I say that you can, God, I trust you with everything but my heart, I'm saying that I want to protect my heart. And so one danger, the danger with making inner vows, the dangers with making these promises to yourself, yeah, they may sound good. You know, you say, you know, I don't want to be an alcoholic like daddy. And yes, that may sound good, but the root of the inner vow is you trying to protect yourself. When you're a Christian and you give your life to Christ, guess who's supposed to protect you? Christ, right? And so you don't need to take the place of God. Those inner vows make you God. All right? And so when I said, God, I'll take care of my heart, I was making myself God. All right? And so now I'm going into this worshiping of self and worshiping of hurt and worshiping of my heart and worshiping of what I deem is okay and what I deem is good. So those inner vows, they sound good. They can sound really good. They can sound righteous, but in actuality, they're not that at all. Inner vows are you putting yourself as God. So basically what I was telling myself, if God can't protect my heart, then I'm going to protect my heart. If God can't do it, then I'm going to do it. If God can't make this happen, then I'm going to make this happen. Right? If God can't pull me out of poverty, then I'm going to pull myself out of poverty. If God can't keep a relationship together, then I'll keep a relationship together. And one danger of the inner vows is that you put yourself, right, in control. And so that inner vow is self-dependent upon you, your will, your emotions, your decisions. That's a bad place to put your heart in. That's a bad place to put your destiny in. Right? If you could control your own destiny, you would, and you wouldn't go to God. But the fact that you need God, come on somebody, you need him, right? And so the dangers of making these inner vows that I'll never let anyone hurt me again, that I'll never trust like that again, that no one would ever speak to me like that again. We can make inner vows, sorry, let me go with my notes because I'm getting way ahead of myself. Okay, so one danger of inner vows is that they make you self-dependent, right? You have to protect yourself. If you make these inner vows, you have to protect yourself. If you say, I will never get hurt like that again, then you got to protect yourself to make sure you never get hurt like that again. But that's extremely hard in a fallen world. Come on, somebody. That's extremely hard to protect yourself in a fallen world. Right? So that's one danger of making these inner vows, that you say, if God can't do it, then I'm gonna do it, right? You put yourself as your own captain of your ship, of the own captain of your soul. Number two, the dangers of inner vows is they backfire on you. And so you're saying, you know what, I will never let anybody talk to me like this again, but that begins to backfire on you because now you have a hardened heart. And so if you make this inner vow of I'll never trust like that again, well, it backfires on you because when someone who is worthy of trust, with someone who is honorable comes to you and they're like, hey, I just want to gain your trust. I want to make sure that we have close covenant. I want to make sure that we have righteous covenant. Your inner vow saying that I will never trust like that again backfires on you, because now when someone is trustworthy, you won't allow them to come in. And so these inner vows literally do this. When you want love to come in, your soul desires love. We as people, we desire love. We desire affection. We desire compassion. And so when you make these inner vows, it literally blocks love from coming in. It literally blocks trust from coming in. It even blocks forgiveness for coming in. And so yes, someone may have hurt you, and yes, they may took advantage of your trust, but because you made this vow to never trust again, guess what? You can never forgive again. You can never love again. And so the inner vows are extremely dangerous. And though we make them out of pain and out of hurt, it's because we don't know how to handle that pain, right? And so if you said, you know what, I will never be like mama again because mama put other people before her children, and you made that inner vow out of hurt and pain, you can't grow past that point. That's the third danger. You can't go past that point. So inner vows, they stifle our growth. Right? Your inner vows, they don't resist change. They don't want any change. Your inner vow wants you to stay in that mentality. When you first made that vow of I will never love like that again. When you first made that vow of I will never be like mama. When you first made that vow of I will never trust like that again. That inner vow wants you to stay at that same age, in that same mentality, in that same character, and it doesn't want you to grow or develop past that point. Okay, so let's say an example, you get married, women, you get married to a man, but you made an inner vow because a boss talked to you, a male boss talked to you inappropriately, and you were like, I will never listen to a man again. But you get married, come on somebody, and then now that inner vow is still working in your life, and you're wondering, why am I not submitted to my husband? Why am I not honoring my husband? Why am I not respecting my husband? It's because you made this inner vow so long ago out of pain and hurt, and so now you can't honor your spouse. Because your inner vow doesn't want change. And the things about inner vow is they want extreme loyalty. You've got to be loyal to that inner vow. When you come on, think about it. It's a promise. A vow is a promise and an oath. And so if you promise yourself that I will never allow a man to talk to me that way, guess what? That promise, you got to fulfill that promise. You've got to fulfill that promise, and you're wondering why the enemy can wreak havoc in our lives so much is because there's a fulfilled promise. Now we know that we have power in our tongue. Come on, the words that we speak are very powerful, and the enemy, he hears those vows and he wants to bring action behind that vow. And so God's like, oh my gosh, my daughter, my son has made this vow. I don't want them to make that vow. I want them to know that I am their protector. I am their strong tower. I am there for you. But guess what? The enemy hears that vow and he says, oh, you don't want to listen to a man? I'll make sure that vow comes to place. Oh, you don't want to trust again? I'll make sure that vow comes to place. Oh, you don't want to believe again? I'll make sure that vow comes to place, right? And so anytime that we speak words, there is God and there's the enemy, right? And so the enemy said, okay, that word, if that word has too much life and it's too godly, the enemy's like, nah, I don't want to touch that word. But if that word speaks of death, come on, those inner vows are death, and it's death to self. Those inner vows will slowly erode you. Right? That's the goal of the enemy with those inner vows. And so they are extremely dangerous. Like I said, I didn't know that I had made inner vows until the Holy Spirit came to me and was like, you've made some inner vows and it's stifling your growth. You're trying to go to this next level, and you're trying to go to this next level in healing. But God said, I can't take you to the next level in healing because you have this inner vow. That let me know that inner vows are powerful. And so in order to defeat an inner vow, you have to, one, recognize that you have inner vows. To unveil them, allow Holy Spirit to unveil the inner vows and see, okay, what inner vow have I made? We make inner vows as children. I'm going to tell you this story that I read in a book. About inner vows. This young lady, she was like a young girl. She had siblings, right? And she had all male siblings. And there was one particular male sibling that would always tease her. And she would just get so annoyed. You know, sibling rivalry, stuff like that. Like, she would get so annoyed. Well, as a child, she had made a vow. One day she was fed up, made a vow, and she was like, I can't stand boys. I don't even want to have a boy child, right? Well, that was an inner vow. Even though she was a child, the enemy does not play fair. The enemy does not care that she was a child. The enemy didn't care that she had no idea what she was saying. The enemy didn't care that she didn't even know what an inner vow was. But guess what? The enemy took that inner vow and began to do work on her in that inner vow in her life. And so she goes on to get married, right? And now that she's married, she has 3 kids. They're all girls, and her husband, they really want to have a boy. And she's like, every time they conceive and they find out it's a boy, a couple weeks later, they lose the child. And this is not just one pregnancy, but several pregnancies of them having a boy. It wasn't until she realized, she had a counseling session and realized that as a child, she made an inner vow to never have a boy child. Remember, inner vows come out of hurt. Inner vows are made out of pain. Inner vows are made out of trauma. So because of her pain that she experienced as a little girl from her brother, she made an inner vow, I'll never want to have a boy child. Well, that inner vow began to take root, and it began to wreak havoc in her life. And so every time that her body knew a boy was in it, the inner vow said, you can't come, because she said she didn't want you. Come on, somebody. We got to realize how powerful inner vows are, that those things have authority and they have deep roots, and the enemy is conniving, and he will allow inner vows to come into your life and take root, and he will allow your own mouth to destroy your own destiny. That's what her inner vows were doing. It wasn't until she broke that inner vow, recognized it, broke it, her and her husband tried again. After she broke that inner vow, guess what? She had a beautiful baby boy. That shows you how powerful inner vows are. We must break their authority. So they are extremely dangerous. I just talked to you about 3 dangers of inner vows. One of them, they require you to be self-dependent. If you make the inner vow, you're basically saying, you know what, God, if you don't do it, I'll do it. I'll take care of my heart. I'll take care of my life. I'll dictate my destiny, right? They're very dangerous. Another danger of inner vow is that it's always going to backfire on you. So even though you think that you've made this vow because of a righteous decision, or you made this vow out of protecting yourself, as a result, it's going to backfire on you. You're not going to protect yourself. You're actually going to harden your heart. And so you're not going to allow love to come in. You're not going to allow trust to come in. Sometimes you're not even going to allow wisdom to come in. And then finally, the third one I talked about is that inner vows are dangerous because they trap you. They resist change. That inner vow in that young lady's life did not want to change, right? Even though she made that as an adolescent, right, in a young state of mind, that inner vow did not want to change, even though she wanted change. She wanted a boy, right? But that inner vow did not want change. So it is dangerous. So at the Root, Dancing in the Rain is hosting this event called At the Root, Breaking Inner Vows and Birthing Inner Healing. And we're going to be talking about this and so much more. I have so many more things that I want to teach about inner vows, not only inner vows, but inner healing, and how to break the authority of inner vows. One, how to recognize them, then how to break them, and then how to walk into inner healing. And so, like I said, Dancing in the Rain is hosting this event at the Root, Breaking Inner Vows and Birthing Inner Healing. We're going to be talking about hard, deep stuff. It's going to be a transparent moment. There are only going to be a few women. So if you haven't got your ticket, make sure you get your ticket. You can get it at www.briancahardy.com. and come out. It's going to have food. You get a welcome bag, and it's going to be full of healing, right? There's going to be prayer. There's going to be worship. It's going to be an amazing event. You do not want to miss it. If this sparks your interest and you're like, I may have some inner vows that God wants to deal with, you need to be there. I promise you, these inner vows are something serious. Thank you, Aaron, for putting that up there. These inner vows are something serious, and I want to help you identify them, and I want to help you so you can break them. Come on, we're going to be doing some denouncement prayers where you can literally go down the list and begin to denounce that thing. There's going to be some powerful stuff. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be Friday, August the 13th at 7 p.m. Friday, August 13th at 7 p.m. It's going to be at Passion of Christ Family Worship Center. The address is on the flyer. If you haven't seen it, after this, I'm going to change my Facebook profile picture to the, flyer. And make sure you follow Dancing in the Rain here on Facebook as well as Instagram, okay? At the root, let's break these inner vows. I think I'm going to come back another time, maybe next week or maybe later on this week. I'm not sure, but we're going to talk about inner healing, right? So there's two portions at this event that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about inner vows, right? And then we're going to be talking about inner healing. Now, inner healing is a whole nother thing. We think deliverance is ugly. Baby, inner healing is the ugly part. See, deliverance is just a purging and coughing out, and you get things called out of you. But inner healing means I got to do the work. Inner healing means I got to roll up in my sleeve. And if I say I really want to be healed of my father wounds, I got to do the work to heal these father wounds. If I say I want to be healed out of hurt from past relationships, I got to do the work to do the inner healing. Come on. So I can get the healing from these past relationships. So I think I'm going to come back and talk about inner healing. So as you can see, that night is going to be a bananas night, okay? I believe that God is going to show up in a mighty and powerful way. So you do not want to miss it. Ladies, come on out. It's going to be amazing. It is worth it. Not expensive at all. Literally not expensive at all. So make sure you go and get your ticket. Thank you guys for tuning in. If this helped you and this inspired you, make sure that you share it with someone. Even if you're not able to attend the event, share it with someone else, right? Maybe they're able to come out. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see all my ladies Friday, August 13th at the Root. Bye.